I'm an elder law attorney. I've got a small firm of 5 lawyers and another 6 support staff, and we provide our clients with a range of services having to do with long-term care, Medicaid, guardianship, estate planning, some special needs trust for disabled kids and adults. So I think it's a general theory of business development that there are some people who start businesses and there are people who run businesses, and sometimes they're the same people and sometimes not, run business well and sometimes not. And I'm in the former category, which is to say I began practicing elder law before it was really a recognized area. And I'm glad for that, but I'm not a very good manager. And so the firm never grew, was pretty slow in growing for a long time. And I didn't have an attention to the details and to the factors that turned it from a pleasant way to spend my time into a productive, economically productive practice. And so I needed someone to help me refocus and pay attention to the things that are the business issues, not the law issues. I mean, it's sort of a fundamental of small businesses that once you start running a business, you're not doing the thing that you like to do at the beginning, you're now running a business. And so running a business was never my forte, and so I need to help with that. Well, I met him because a good friend of mine was working with him, and Jeff is good at promotion, and made a point of reaching out to people that knew our mutual friend, and we met and spent a half an hour or so talking, and it was clear to me that he had a really, besides having a pretty winning personality, he had a really solid head on his shoulders about how to think about how the business ought to operate and what it had to pay attention to. And so I said, this feels like a good match. Quite a long time now. I'm embarrassed to say that my memory, I always think things don't go back as far as they do. It could have been 10 years now. And I will say when we began, I was basically a 2-lawyer operation. I'm now a five, I've got an out counsel first, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 lawyer operation. And you'd think I'd have that down pat by now. And it's just a much steadier operation. It really is. It's funny. I said, do you ever get depressed? And he said, yeah, a lot. But you could never tell. He's just got this kind of really sort of like the little inject that could upbeat, always seeing the opportunity when there is one. But in a way that the reason that it works for me so well is because it comes with a really, a subtle, very generous sense of the world. One of my favorite lines, and a line that I aspired to live but never could, was Will Rogers saying, "I never met a man I didn't like," and I just found it an astounding observation about himself, not about the world. And Jeff is that kind of person. I mean, I think he's someone who can get along with almost anyone. And I find that I just find it uplifting. And then it informs what we do in the practice, how to deal with employees, how to make the best of a bad situation or to change it, how to deal with clients and potential clients, how to deal with other professionals. He's just got brings a great sensibility to it that I find enriching. I will say, for someone who wants, a steady hand of advice and paying attention to details and staying on task and doing it with a light touch, but value laden, he's great. In the nature of things, he's not for everybody, but for people who are open to an enriched way to practice their business, engage in their business, he's ideal.